اهلا بيك مشاهد جناب السفير، وبنكمل حوارنا مع سفير جمهورية تشيلي بجمهورية مصر العربية سعادة السفير فرناندو زالكت. وبنتكلم عن جمهورية تشيلي، بنتكلم عنها من الناحية الطبيعية والشاطئ الجميل بتاع جمهورية تشيلي، عن صناعة النبيذ هناك، وعن الحاصلات الزراعية المشتهرة بها تشيلي، عن التعاون بين مصر وبين تشيلي زي ما قال سعادة السفير انه مر عليه 90 سنة. طبعا ده يعني يعتبر عدد ضخم جدا من السنوات فيها تعاون بين تشيلي وبين مصر، عن التشابه اللي بين تشيلي وبين مصر او بين دول امريكا اللاتينية وبين مصر في العادات والتقاليد وحتى في الشكل. Nice to meet you again in second episode and welcome back.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you again.
We will complete our speech about the cooperation between Chile and between Egypt in many fields. You told me about the cooperation in health field, in women rights and in education. You can complete your speech about this cooperation.
Yes, also we are trying to open ways of cooperation on the field of the mummies conservation. That is very important for us because we also have in the north of the country the Chinchorros mummies that are very old, more than 5,000 years old.
Similarity between Egypt and
yes, and we are trying to establish a channel of cooperation between the Grand Egyptian Museum and the University of Tarapacá, who's in charge of the conservation of these mummies. Because also we want to know the experience, the knowledge of the Egyptian people on the field, as well as on the field of water resource. But also very important to tell you that the Egyptian International Center for Agriculture every year receive students from Chile who came for a period of time to have a specialization on agriculture, agronomy, and in other related fields. That's very, very important, very useful for our students.
الحقيقه سعاده السفير واحنا بنكمل حوارنا عن التعاون بين مصر وبين تشيلي، فقال انه في تعاون في مجال حفظ المومياوات، لانه احنا بنشترك في هذا المجال، وفي تعاون بين المتحف المصري الكبير وبين جامعه كبيره جدا في تشيلي في هذا المجال وهو حفظ المومياوات، وفي كمان عدد كبير من الدارسين بيجوا من تشيلي هنا في مصر ويدرسوا في الثقافه والفن والتحنيط وحفظ المومياوات وما الى ذلك من الدراسات الموجودة في مصر. We will talk again about Chile and about habits of people, style of living there.
Well, but let me conclude about the cooperation also in the cultural fields. That is very important. We always participate in the very successful Cairo Film Festival, for example, theater festival. And also recently we brought a very important artist from Chile, the great tenor, who play at the opera house, then to show also part of our culture. And about Chile, well, people, for example, because the country is so long with different weather, of course there is some diversity in the country from the north to the south, but in general we are people with a very strong
What about
Latin
festival there and celebration? Because Latin America is very famous from their celebration and the love of life.
Well, for us September is an important month because it's the month of our national day, and we of course we dance our typical dances, we listen our typical music, and we have a special celebration around the country. But also about festival, you asked me about festival. We have a very, very important festival that is International Festival of Viña del Mar. Viña del Mar is one of the city located in the Pacific coast very well known. It's a very touristic city, and every year in February we have a very, very important song festival that is the Festival of Viña del Mar.
In February?
In February, yes. Come artists from around the world. All around the world.
الحقيقة لما بسأل سعادة السفير عن أسلوب الحياة في شيلي والأعياد والمناسبات وإنه شعب أمريكا اللاتينية معروف عنه حبه للحياة والاستمتاع بالحياة، فقال لي احنا عندنا أعياد كتير وعندنا مناسبات كتير، لكن عندنا في عيد مهم جدا بيبقى في شهر فبراير وبيبقى في مدعوين من كل أنحاء العالم وبيكون في استمتاع جدا في هذه الفترة. We are going back to talk about your career and diplomatic career and the countries you had been before. You told me you had been in Jordan, Lebanon, and
among Arab countries. That means Egypt is my third Arabic country.
What's about this period in your first years in your career? Your experience in these countries?
Well, great experience in Jordan because I tried to learn Arabic. I went to the University of Jordan to learn Arabic. And Lebanon was really very important experience because I have family in Lebanon from my father's side. My grandfather, grandmother came from Lebanon to Chile in the beginning of last century from Sahel. Then it was also a great opportunity to meet the family,
your
to
family.
found my own roots, you know. Was really great experience.
الحقيقة سعادة السفير لما بسأله عن الدول اللي كان فيها قبل يعني مصر أو اللي كان في بداية حياته الدبلوماسية، فقلت له أنا عارفة أن أنت كنت في الأردن وفي لبنان، فقال لي أنا كنت سعيد جدا في لبنان، كانت تجربة جميلة لأنه أنا ليا أصول لبنانية وكان جميل أن أنا أبحث عن أصولي هناك وأتعرف على عيلتي الكبيرة. I want to know also about the period in Geneva and working also in New York in UN. It's a very special period to work in an international.
It's different experience because both Geneva and New York were a multilateral work. In Geneva, I work as at the Chilean mission to the United Nations in Geneva, and also at the mission to the United Nations in New York. That is very specialized work. We call it a multilateral diplomacy. But of course, both great cities. Geneva and of course New York is a fantastic city.
The work there is different from your work as an example in a country like Jordan, like Lebanon.
Yes, because
it's an international
exactly because
atmosphere and place.
In the other countries it was a bilateral work. Like here, it's a bilateral work. Is the relation between Chile and Egypt. And also I am non-resident ambassador to Iraq. That is also very important part of my work here. Last year I went to Iraq. I was almost 2 weeks in Iraq. I had the opportunity to present my credential letters to the president of Iraq, to know the people, to know this very interesting country. Also, like Egypt, the old civilization country.
After your work in a diplomatic field, about 35 years, yeah?
34, 35.
34, 35. What's your impression about this career? What's the advantages and disadvantages of this career, in your opinion?
Well, as I said at the beginning, the most important thing is to represent your country abroad, you know. It's an honor, it's a privilege. Also, you have the opportunity to know people from different parts of the world, different culture, to learn different language, to know different way of living. But also, it's difficult because you have to live abroad. Sometimes you live separate from your family, from your friends. But after all, it's a great honor and a privilege.
To represent your country, it's a very great honor.
And to talk on behalf of your country.
Yeah, it's very, very, very nice feeling and very.
Yes, exactly.
الحقيقة لما سألته بعد تقريبا 34 أو 35 سنة من العمل الدبلوماسي قال لي إنه المزايا والعيوب كتير، لكن يعني هي طبعا فيها مزايا إن أنت بتعرف شخصيات كتير، بتعرف ناس كتير، بتعرف طباع وعادات وتقاليد مختلفة من كل أنحاء العالم، لكن برضو فيها مشكلة إن أنت برضو بتبعد عن دولتك وإنك بتبقى مش قادر تستقر في مكان، لكن في الأول وفي الآخر ده شرف لأي حد إنه يمثل دولته ويعمل في هذا العمل الدبلوماسي. I want to talk about your family and your friends. You have any sons or daughters?
Well, I'm here as a single person.
Any part of your family outside?
I have family, as I told you, the majority of my family is in Chile, but also I have family in Brazil and in Lebanon.
In Lebanon. So I want to talk about your time here in Egypt. How do you pass your time here outside your office in the embassy?
To be honest, it's always busy.
Time?
It's always busy because after the working time, you have always some reception, some national day to attend, some exhibition, or some conferences, or like now, you know, having this very nice moment in this interview.
You have Egyptian friends?
Yes, many Egyptian friends. And what I realized, the Egyptian friends are very friendly, and they always invite to his house, to their houses, you know.
To be close and
to be close and to be more approach.
Yeah. So you enjoy your stay here?
Very much.
It's nice to hear this from you. And
very honest.
Very honest. In your country,
And I have a sort of privilege because I live in Zamalek, and I have my residence with a fantastic view over the Nile.
The Nile.
Yes, and also over the fish garden.
Oh, so it's very nice to sit in this.
I have a wonderful view.
To spend your free time there.
Yes.
In our program, also we want to know more about your country, about your way of living, and also about tourism in Chile. What about tourism there and the cooperation in this field exactly? Because Chile has many historical places and different types of tourism.
Yes, as I explained previously, we are a country very diverse from the north to the south. And we have a very important touristic attraction at the north, the desert attractions. In the center of the country, the region of the valley, and we have also the mountain, the Cordillera de los Andes, and very important touristic place for skiing, you know, like Farellones, Portillo, Valle Nevado, en fin. We have also very nice beaches. We have 8,000 kilometers of coast, especially in Viña del Mar, La Serena, for example. And also we have a tourism at the south of the country for people who like, for example, this adventure tourism in rivers, lakes, fishing, fisheries. Well, it's very diverse, the tourism in Chile.
Many kinds of tourism.
And we are trying to improve, of course, the tourism between Chile and Egypt, but the most important barrier is the distance, you know, almost 14,000 kilometers, and we don't have a direct flight from Cairo to Santiago.
Problem, yeah.
And inshallah, hopefully, we will have a direct flight from Cairo to Santiago. And also it's important to know that people start to know Chile about our products that are already in the Egyptian markets.
Like what?
Oh, for example, like the wine, the famous Chilean wine, the salmon. Most of the salmon that you can find in Egypt came from Chile. Mussels, a lot of seafood, fruits, fresh fruit and dry fruits. And also, it's important to know that Chile has an important investment in Egypt, in the oil field.
In oil field?
Yeah, we have a joint company with the Egyptian company in the oil field. The Chilean company, INAP, has a field to explore oil close to Fayum. It's a big investment. It's around $600 million. And also we are trying to promote our bilateral trade. And recently, last year, we signed an agreement on trade cooperation that will open the way or facilitate the way to have a free trade agreement between Chile and Egypt that for sure will boost significantly the bilateral trade.
الحقيقة لما سألته عن السياحة في شيلي وانه قد ايه هم عندهم تنوع في مجال السياحة، فقال لي فعلا احنا عندنا طبعا شاطئ طويل جدا على المحيط الهادي، عندنا ايضا السياحة الخاصة بالتزلج، عندنا السياحة طبعا الثقافية في معمار في فنون، يعني انواع كتير من السياحة، وان المجتمع هنا في مصر بيعرف السياحة هناك، بس المشكلة انه خطوط الطيران ما فيش طبعا خطوط طيران مباشرة بين شيلي وبين مصر، فده طبعا بيعوق المسافة شوية، وان في اتفاقيات كتير جدا بين مصر وتشيلي في مجال التجارة، عقدوا العديد من الاتفاقيات، وفي استثمارات عديدة موجودة من شيلي هنا في مصر. Thank you, sir, and nice to meet you here and hear more and more about Chile.
Thank you very much. I deeply thank the opportunity to be here in this channel of Egyptian TV, and was my honor, my privilege. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. شكرت طبعا سعادة السفير، بشكركم أعزائي المشاهدين، يا رب تكون النهارده حلقتنا عجبت حضراتكم، اتكلمنا فيها عن جمهورية شيلي في حلقتنا النهارده، وعن العلاقات بين مصر وشيلي، وعن السياحة، عن الثقافة، عن كتير من المجالات اللي تحبوا تعرفوها. بنشكر سعادة السفير فرناندو زالكت، سفير جمهورية شيلي بجمهورية مصر العربية. استنونا دايما وثقافات جديدة وتعاون بين مصر ودول العالم من من خلال لقاءاتنا مع سفراء دول العالم هنا في مصر وسفراء مصر اللي لفوا دول العالم. شكرا والى اللقاء، ودايما كل ما هو جديد في جناب السفير.